Hey friends, welcome back. Star Wars Galaxy Heroes Day by Day. It's the 7th of November. 7th, 11/7. Yeah. How we doing? I was just thinking because I don't know, I was watching shorts and my shorts are sort of comedies and wrestling and other random stuff. And I came upon something I didn't expect, one of those the cast of what the cast of looks now. And it was a show I really didn't watch when it was on, and that was the I don't know if it was Teen Titans or Titans live action show. That was, I don't know, maybe around 2000s, maybe, I don't know, the 2020. And I was watching it, and I was just didn't expect to see anything of it. I'm like, because I didn't watch the show, I was just kind of watching it for whatever. But the song they used in the background is one of my all-time favorite songs. And it wasn't until recently, and by recently, I mean probably within the last few years, that I just really have developed a deep love for this song. And when I mention it, you might think it's, well, of course, or I don't know. I don't generally don't know the demographics of the video because I just make the content and I just do the thing, and I just don't have a lot of time to worry about who's watching, where they're watching from, what are the age ranges, all this fun stuff. And it's funny because if you would ask me what my favorite song coming out of high school was, it probably would have been maybe, I want to say The Dance by Garth Brooks. Um, I don't know. Or maybe, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe, might have been Kiss from a Rose, which is a great song also, but different song. Um, but now it's more like anything, basically anything Duran in on. And this is a Duran song, isn't? But it's another it's another British band, and it's not the Beatles. It's Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fear, and it's a just a great song. It's a great song. I mean, like, I know that a lot of groups, or I just saw one of the shorts I saw was some Gen Z dancing to songs that have been remade, and I can't think. And the only one I can think of is "Blue" by Eiffel 85 or something. That was 1999, and it recently got remade into something by somebody. But you know, I don't know. I mean, I think we had a walkout song, which leads me into another one of my favorite things is, or a thing that's always been around that I'm kind of watching, but I'm not watching live, even though I could probably, and that is wrestling, and you know that whole thing. But it's Joe Hendry, who I totally didn't watch last year. And it's like, I feel like just within the past probably 6 weeks, I've just sort of re-gotten to this thing, and I don't know. I don't know. It's a whole different animal. Everything's different now. Like I think I was watching highlights earlier of the '05 American League Championship Series, or the National League Championship Series, and it was about the Cardinals and the Astros. And this video was about when in the ninth, Albert Pujols hit a moonshot off of Brad Lidge, and I was just reminiscing about how different sports are now than they were then, and definitely music is different. And but I will say the one thing that's newer that I have appreciation of is a Star Show, and it's not Star Wars, and it's not something I ever thought I would say, but it's a Star Trek show. It's Brave New Worlds, which I think I probably started watching last year, and I just sort of faded out. And I think I started watching it probably 2 or 3 weeks ago again. And I finished season 1 sometime last week, and I just watched season 2, episode 1 of season 2 tonight. And I was just like, because I was into that when I was younger. Talk about that was something I was into when I was in high school, was that stuff. And now the new Brave New World is very different. There's a lot more action, and the effects are a lot more interesting. And I'm just seeing what they're doing in Star Trek, what they've done, how many seasons, and how long has it taken to get this Ahsoka thing done for this go round of Ahsoka, and it's just taking forever. And because we get Andor back in April, and I know we're like 150 days or so from the Mandalorian and Grogu or something, and Ahsoka's not going to come out until next year, and I don't know what's on the horizon, but I do know that this show is that they're getting ready to do season 4 of Strange New Worlds, and they're getting ready to launch a Starfleet Academy show that I'm intrigued by, because it looks very intriguing. And they're just like, And of course, everybody wanted, when they did Picard a couple years ago, the season 3 of Picard, where it was basically the Next Generation, finished off the right way. They wanted people to just go in and do Star Trek Legacy with Jerry Ryan on the Enterprise. And I had never watched any of that, but it was like, but I saw something about that the other day, and I'm like, they should do that, especially since I feel like the Strange New World thing kind of, I don't know how it is generally speaking, but if they're making a season 4 of the show, and I tend to think it's going well, could be wrong. And I know they don't want to oversaturate, but you can tell powerful different storylines with each thing. And the thing that I was caught off guard for is I mentioned I started watching season 2, and I'm watching it, and this woman comes on the screen, and I'm like, I know her. And I'm like, that's Carol Kane. And I was like, when was the last time I saw her? I'm like, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. And, you know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I don't have an affinity for Amy Crumper, because I do. I totally do. But when I saw Carol Kane, and she's just acting like the most neurotic, off the wall. She's being herself, and as a Starfleet engineer, it's just like, wow. And I'm just blown away, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. But yeah, I mean, just so fun. It's just so fun. And sometimes I like to break this down. You can probably tell that I had a pretty good day, that nothing went terribly wrong. We didn't have the incident that happened last night happen to me today. And it helps that the girls at her grandparents for tonight. That's always a pretty good sign. But she'll be back tomorrow night, so hold on to your seats tonight. I mean tomorrow, because she's staying overnight tonight. I'll send the boy there tomorrow, and she'll be back. And that's always, you never know what's going to happen because he's my guy. I got to tell you, our son he's just my guy. He's my dude. Can't tell you. I just love my son so much. He's a great kid. Well, he's young, and I'm trying to make sure that he ends up being a great kid. I feel like he is. I feel like he's heading that way, and I'm really trying to make sure he doesn't fall off a cliff somewhere. And I don't know. I don't know. He's a good kid. I like him a lot. Big fan of my son. He's a good kid. The girl, his sister, is whatever sister, what do you want to call her? She's just difficult. She's getting better slowly, and it's just difficult to deal with for me, seeing her taking so long to transition. I mean, I know it's necessary, but it doesn't mean it's comfortable. Well, we didn't do too much. I mean, I talked a lot, 13 minutes, and we did what we did. We need to go take a run of whatever. I should probably just pull these to get it over with, because I'm going to need them for what's this guy's name? What's his name again? Get them pulled, and then we'll move on. All right, 12. That's okay. Anyway, that's all I have. Thanks for being here. Appreciate all of you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Doing GC last, as always, my friends. I almost totally forgot my mind. But yeah, I do appreciate it, you all. They have SLKR. We don't have SLKR. We don't have Leia yet. They've got these bozos. We've got CLS. I don't think this is going to be a problem. As soon as I can find the rest of my CLS team. And this is not even my high CLS team. This is my low CLS team. So that might be kind of a difficult. We'll see. If I lose, I lose. I'm not going to beat SLKR with this team, I don't think. Jordica, okay. Get through Grievous. Lost Han. That's what they just down to Grievous and B1, which B1 might just totally terminate us. Yeah, we got B1. And Grievous. Win. Alright. I don't know that I should hope for another one, but maybe. And we got over him, so I'm going to call it good for right now. Alright, appreciate all of you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Otherwise, as always, hold the line and remember that I have friends everywhere. Bye.